school, doctor or engineer, right? Okay, and you don't want to become a doctor and kill somebody, so you became an engineer, like me. All right. Now, here's the thing. So let me tell you. So Anish, so you chose supply chain management, right? Because you like the subject. You liked the subject, or you thought finance, at least studying was good, but then when you ended up in a job and started doing it, you disliked what you were doing. So you started switching things around. Okay. So let me tell you, that's how most people end up in the line of work that they end up in, right? Either it's an influence from somebody, like a parent or an uncle or somebody successful, or it is because you like the subject, or your school counselor tells you that, you are good at this, based on your personality, you're 16 years old, I think you can become an aeronautical engineer, or something like that, right? Right? You don't stay on the ground, you're flying all the time, maybe you shouldn't, things like that. Now, what they use to decide that, but here's what, let me tell you my story. What most people do is this. They decide, there are two ways to live your life, okay? And this is how most people live their life. They decide on what they want to do, okay? And like I said, what they want to do is decide it based on somebody's influence, right? Or because of their liking to do something, right? Those are two reasons why they do it. And the second thing is this. Then they start getting a job, they start making money, and what happens is they start living a life based on the money that they make, right? And let me ask you this, as an IT guy, I'm in IT also, I can tell you, let me ask you this. How many IT people that you know now, if money was not a problem, what car would you drive? Benz, good, which one? That's Mercedes-Benz, right? Okay, which one? There are different models, right? Okay, there are cheaper ones, like the C300, right? And then there are expensive ones. X5i, how much is it? 60? Yeah, 60 is good, okay. Because very few people like her actually change, right? And they don't want, what is one thing that most people don't like to change? Or what is one thing that most people don't like? Change, right? So it's amazing that you said that you kept on changing till you found something, because most people don't like change. One thing they don't like is change, right? Now, there's another way to live your life. You know what that is? You decide the way you want to live your life. Decide the life you want, okay? Find a way to get that life, right? Find what you do to get the life. Then go do it. Go learn and do it. And do it. And then make the money and have the time and then go, guess what? You did all your sacrifices here. Because you didn't get to do exactly what you wanted to do, which might not be supply chain management, but you get to, for the rest of your life, live the life that you want to live. Now, between these, what would you choose? Second one. Most of us. But guess what? For most of us, we were never told. And we were never given that option because nobody educated us about that, right? Now let me tell you, I think I just accidentally ended up in that situation. Because when I was growing up, right? Now I graduated with physics. I'm an IT consultant, but I graduated with physics, right? You know why physics? Jonathan, you know why physics? Yeah, because my parents wanted me to become an engineer. I was a decent student at that point in time. So they got me into a science school, right? They made science my major because they said, okay, eventually you're going to become an engineer. And guess what happened? What subjects do you have in science? Math, chemistry, biology, and physics. I didn't like math. I didn't like biology, right? I didn't like chemistry. What's left? Physics. Right? So I stayed in school because of, you know why, Matt? I didn't drop out of school. You know why? Because I wanted to get a job? That's what you would think, right? No, because I had Indian parents. And they would kill me if I dropped out of school. Am I right? Right? So that's why I stayed in school. And guess what? I didn't care what I graduated with or what my grades looked like. You know why, Jonathan? Because when I was growing up, I saw only two kinds of people living the life that I wanted to live. You know who are the two kinds of people? Doctors, right? And business owners. Now, I didn't want to become a doctor. What's left? Business owners. So I didn't care what I studied, how I did. I just wanted to graduate so that my parents would leave me alone, right? So right out of school, most people, you'll make a resume, right? When you graduate, you'll make a resume, right? I didn't make a resume. I didn't make a resume. You know what I did? I started my own business. I started my own business. I was 21 years old, I started my own business. And guess what happened? I failed. Right? Not a good end to the story. But the story has not ended though. Okay, this is just the beginning. So I failed, and then I failed again. And then somebody said, you know what? Hey, you can make a lot of money in IT, because IT was booming at that time. This was 20 years ago, right? IT was booming. Somebody said, if you get into IT now, you'll make a lot of money. Now, I didn't have an engineering degree. I didn't have computer science background like you did, right? I had a physics graduate degree. Guess what I did though? I became an IT consultant. 3 months later, I was in the US working in an IT company. You know why? Because I didn't care what I had to do. I said, I'll learn what I had to do as long as it gives me the life that I want to live. Right? And you are at that point today in your life. You've been invited to look at an opportunity that can give you what life has not given you till now. The question is, how seriously are you looking? That's the question that you want to ask yourself. Because I was serious. Right? And I was happy in IT. Right? A few years down the lane, somebody invited me to a meeting like this. I walked in, they gave me a book to read, and guess what? I not only read, right? I didn't read cover and cover like I did with my physics books. I read from cover to cover. I read everything. You know why? Because I was looking for a way out. I didn't want to be stuck in a job for the rest of it. You know why? Because 2007, I walked into work, right? 63-year-old gentleman who walked in with me was let go. After having worked in the company for 25 years, and he was given 15 minutes to walk out of a job that he was never going to come back to. And he couldn't find another job. Right? And I said, it's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to be 40, 50 years old and somebody's going to tell me what? You don't have a job, go figure a way out to pay your bills. Right? And I said, I'll do anything as long as it's legal, ethical, and moral. You teach me, I'll do it. Right? And that's how I walked into this room. 14 months from the time I walked in, my wife also has a master's in computer science. She's actually went through the path that you went through. She's got a master's in computer science. She walked out of a job in 14 months from the time we walked into this room. Never to go back to a job again. Never to have to make a resume ever again. And that's the kind of opportunity that you're looking at tonight. I want you to know that, okay? So, give me the next slide. Let me tell you what we are looking for. This is what we are looking for. We're looking to build trust, and we're going to be transparent with you. But we want you to be transparent with us also, right? Because, you know what? You know why my business failed when I started? Why do you think my business failed?
You didn't have anyone to teach you.
Nobody to teach me, and also because of a very big trust issue, right? Because I was passionate, I wanted to build my business. I flew into Hong Kong. Okay, any person from Hong Kong in the room? I want to talk to you later on. Okay? I went into Hong Kong, I put all my money in for a shipment, but there was no trust built. I didn't know who I was dealing with. And I bought stuff, I was just 21 years old, I bought stuff, I flew back to India, right? Got the shipment. They said they will ship it out. Got the shipment. When it came, and I got it out of the customs, right? After paying everything that I had to pay, guess what? None of the stuff worked. Hong Kong guys, I'm coming after you. Right? None of the stuff. And all my money was gone. And I had to start all over again. Right? So, because there was no trust built. So what we are looking, trust is a very important factor in anything that you do. Am I right or not? Anything that you do. So what we're looking to do is, that's why we go through multiple steps. So we expect you to do something. If we tell you, okay, do this, we expect you to do it. Similarly, if you tell us to do something and we tell you, yes, we are going to do it, would you want us to do it? Right? So then we can expect each other to do the same thing, right? And that's what we're talking about, okay? Credentials versus character, okay? Credentials is based on your past accomplishments, like your degrees, your title, and all of those things, you know? But character is what we are looking for, right? Credentials is transient, but character is ongoing forever, right? It never changes. Because you can identify somebody's character once, and you know what kind of a person that is, and you can deal with them. And that's what we are looking for, okay? Education. let me tell you about this. When I start facts versus opinion, when I started my business, right, here's what happened. All my friends, right, all my friends, they started telling me this, that, and all of those things, okay? So how come you don't have time for us? Man, we used to drink all the time. Every evening we used to get together and drink, right? Okay? How come now you don't even have time? You don't even call us. You're so busy, all of those things. My mom also said the same thing. My mom said, look how hard you're working, right? You're not even taking care of yourself. There are two kinds of people in your life. One is emotionally vested and the second is financially vested. My friends and my mom was emotionally vested, right? They didn't care how well I did with my business, right, Ugo? All they cared about was for me. They cared about me and they cared about my health. But they didn't care about my business because they didn't understand my business. They didn't understand what I was doing with my time and why I was doing all these things to build a business. Right, man? Now, when I walked into this room, right, they were evaluating me. But you know what I was doing, Fatima? I was evaluating them. You know what I was looking for, Ugo? I didn't want to make the same mistake that I had done before. So I said, who are these people? Right? What is their background? What have they accomplished till now? What kind of a married life do they have? What kind of vacations do they take? What kind of time do they get to spend with their family? Because, hey, they might be making a lot of money, but do they have the time? Right? That's what I was looking for, because those were some of the things that I wanted in life. And when I started checking out those boxes saying, you know, I started listening to my mentor. You'll get to see him tonight. Okay? Sugit and Kajal are my mentors in business. You know why they are my mentors? Because they got the fruit on the tree. Most people don't even have the tree, forget the fruit. Right? Because he was living the life that I wanted to live. Right? He had the house, the cars, the vacations, the time with the family, right? The charities that he was supporting, all of those things. When I saw all of those things that they were able to accomplish through this and be able to walk away from a job at the age of 35, never to go back to a job again, I said, that's what I want. Right? I said, I will do anything to qualify. And you know why he took the time out to teach me? And you know why I listened to him? Because he was financially vested in me. Right? Because the more I succeeded, the better it was for him, which was better for me too. Right? And that's what I was doing. So what happened is, everything that he said became a fact for me. Everything that anybody else said was just an opinion. What my colleagues at work said was an opinion. What Google said was just an opinion. Right? You are young, right? Let's say you're sitting next to your uncle and your uncle has a heart attack. Right? What is, not that it's going to happen, okay? But she's already thinking about her uncle. Right? Now, here's the thing. What is the right thing for you to do? Call 911. Would you actually say, you know what, Google has all the information, let me go on Google and check this out?
No.
Would you do that, Jonathan? And Google says, cut here. Would you do that? No, why would you not do that? Because if you did that, uncle would not survive, but if uncle by chance, if he survives, you will not definitely survive for trying that. You get what I'm saying? So Google is good, right? It's a search engine, but not a research engine yet, right? It's because you don't know the credentials of the people and who these people are, right? What is their character? Who are these people who are putting that information? What is their background? Because anyone can do anything, right? So we are looking for you to make the right kind of decision based on facts, not opinions, okay? Now, we want you to build a case for yourself. Why? Because here's the thing. My mentor, when I met him, right, was already working with a lot of other people. Now, Jonathan, let me ask you this. Between all of those people that he was working with, why should he decide to work with me?
I looked at your character and thought that you was an ambitious person.
Right. So, do you think I have to build a case for myself? Right? Now, you got a job, right, 6 months ago? Right? Now, were they looking for other candidates also? Did they interview other candidates?
Yes.
How many candidates did they interview for your job?
Not sure, probably like 20.
All of you were building your case, right? Now you must have done a great job. That's why you got the position, right? Okay? Now we are looking for you. Now this is not a job. This is a lifetime thing. This can change your financial future for the rest of your life if you do get selected. So we ask you for you to build a case for yourself. We are looking for your integrity. your accountability. Now, how many of you have joined a gym? Like you go to the gym regularly? You go regularly? Have you joined a gym ever though? You have? Anybody joined the gym? You have? Do you go? You look like you go. You look like you carry all the weights and come back with it. Right? Now, here's the thing. How many of us, like I've done this, joined a gym, the first, like New Year time, New Year resolution, do you remember?
Yeah.
Right? I want to join the gym, right? And what happens a few weeks later? Right? So, we don't know all the backstory behind all that. How many gyms have you joined? How many times have you quit? Right? We don't know all that. We want you to build a case for yourself. Tell us why you would be consistent. Tell us why you would be accountable. Right? Those are some of the things that we are looking for. We are not looking for what your degrees are. Right? We are looking for your accountability. We are looking for your integrity. Right? We want to look at you and say, do you think only about money or are you interested in people? Because this is going to be a people's business. Right? If you are a person who's only focused on dollars, right, and you're not interested in people, then you might not be the person we're looking for. So we will identify all of that, your level of ambition, your decision-making process, right? Like looking at Google or calling 911, right? All of those things. And we also want to know, why are you looking at this thing? What are you looking for in life, right? What are some of the things? Now, if money is not a problem, right? Jonathan, what kind of a life would you want to live? And I'm sure, who invited you here? Nitin? Nitin. I'm sure he asked you a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being your best life, how would you define that 10 life?
I mean, I'm generally a happy person, so I would say like, if I mention like a 6 or 7,
You're at 6 now, but what's your 10 like?
like 10,
Yeah.
having much obligations.
Waking up with not much obligation? Okay. And
You know, and I have the time to just enjoy and do what I want to do.
do what you want to do? Now, if you could drive the car of your life, what car would that be?
Yeah, Alfa Romeo.
Aqua?
Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo? Alfa Romeo? Okay, that's good. Alfa Romeo, how much does it cost? A lot of money? Yeah, that's, I got that wrong, yeah. How about you?
I would drive a Maserati.
Now forget the cars. Now Maserati? Okay, well, my mentor has a Maserati. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Forget the cars. What kind of a vacation would you take? What would be your ideal vacation?
I'd love to go to New Zealand.
Love to go to New Zealand? Now, how many of you don't like cars? You don't mind cars. Like, cars is not a big thing, right? Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but have you ever played with Hot Wheels when you were growing up? Right? What is it called? Hot Wheels, right? It's not called mediocre wheels. Right? So, have you ever seen those cars? What are they modeled after?
Sports cars.
Sports cars. Are they ever modeled after Honda Civic? Have you ever wondered why is that? Because as a kid also, we like good things. Right? As a kid. But what happens to us when we grow up? What happens to us? We get a disease called reality. Look at paycheck, look at Alfa Romeo and say, you know what? Forget Alfa Romeo, man. Those are 2 words. I can get one of those now. Right? Okay? So we say, you know what? Honda Civic, you want to go from point A to point B. How does it matter? How do I go? Right? Okay? Oh, Mercedes-Benz, forget about it. Right? And so here's another thing. A lot of people, right? Now, my daughter when she was young, when she was growing up, she used to play with this. Now, cars is a boys thing, right? Let's talk about girls, right? My daughter, when she was growing up, she used to play with dolls. Dolls, right? Now, do you know that when you took the doll away from her, like even when she was having lunch, like the doll, she would hug the doll and say, right? And she would say, my baby, all of this, and she would never want to have somebody take a baby away from her, right? Now, what happens to people when they grow up though, and they start having babies? What do? Fatima? My daughter never took her doll and said, let me take it to doll daycare. Right? Okay? But reality is that we cannot live that life that we want to live. Okay? But if you had the opportunity, would you want to live the life that you want to live? Right? A lot of people say, I want to do charity, right? But you know why they don't do charity? You know what's the best, what's the most contribution that most people do to charity? Amount deducted from the paycheck? Yeah. Most of the time that amount deducted from the paycheck is going into their own 401k plan. Right? Most of the time. Now, most people only watch the news. That's their contribution to charity. Most people. I'm not talking about all people. I'm talking about most people. And then they, at the water cooler in office, they talk about it. And they feel sorry for the people. You know why? You know why that's the case? Not because people don't want to do good. You know why that's the case? Come on. Because most of us are on the asking end of charity. We are always asking for more money. Right? And if you are the one asking for money, more money, how can you give more money out? Right? Okay, give me the next slide. So I want you to think about what kind of a life do you want to live? Right? And some people do live that life that you talk about, like Mercedes-Benz, like 60,000, yeah, you can afford it. Right? A lot of people get a nice house. They get a nice house also. Right? But do you know what happens? And do you like Disney movies? Yeah, which is your favorite Disney movie? You don't know Disney movie? Cars is your favorite Disney movie? Have you watched Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Yeah, you liked it? Do you remember the song? Hi ho, off to work I go. Right? So what happens is a lot of people, you know what, when they get into their 40s, they get tired. And they say, you know what, I want to drive a nice car. So they go and get a Mercedes-Benz. Right? And they get, because time's running out in their life. And they say, I want a house. You know how they pay for it? Mortgage and loans. And you know what that song becomes? That same song, hi ho, off to work I go, and they're all smiling and happy. You know what most people do? They sing the same song, but a little different. They say, I owe, so off to work I go. Right? And some people, you know which is my second movie that I like? Aladdin. Have you watched Aladdin? Okay. So Aladdin, if you were to get those two wishes, what would be those two wishes? Or three wishes, right? Three wishes? Two wishes? My daughter would hate me for getting it wrong. Three wishes? So what would it be for you? Let's say if you're planning to go to the beach this summer, let's say you've got a lantern, okay? And a genie pops up. What would you get for yourself?
My first class with a 5-star casino.
5 first class. What about you? Sponsor something for my parents. That's a good thing. Because you know what my mentor did? Last 5 years before his dad passed away, 5 years before his dad passed away, he started doing this. Every year he would take time out. He would fly from here all the way to India because they were in India, right? And he would pick them up, put them in a business class plane, and take them to their destination choice of their destination anywhere in the world. And he'll go spend about a week's time with them. And they can choose where they want to go and when they want to go. Because he didn't have a boss to take time off from. Right? So he had money and time. Would that be nice? That would be nice, right? Ugo, what would it be for you? Two choices. Real estate investment and vacation. Your genie won't be happy with you. Okay, real estate investment, what about you? World tour? World tour is one. What about the second one? If you're doing world tour all the time, you don't need a house then. Right? Having your own business. Getting a green card, yeah, that. Genie cannot help you. unless the genie's name is Trump. Right? Unless the genie's name is Trump. Oh, you, man. That's a good one, though. A lot of H1 people will ask for that. Anything, yeah, two things. Genie, remember, I'm not the one giving this to you.
I would cure some type of disease,
Cure some type of business, not cold, right?
and then I would buy myself a house.
Buy yourself a house. What about you?
Oh,
You don't know?
I don't know.
Sure, I'm going to give him your truth. What about you, Jonathan? Ask for $10 million, okay, and what else? Investment plan.
Take care of my family
Take care of my.
and I will travel the world.
Never ending wish. Okay. I don't know whether you could ask for that, but okay. But here's my two things. I mean, none of you asked me. So selfish of you. Okay? But let's say I was given those. Okay. Here's my thing. My thing would be that I'm able to help enough people so that they can get everything that they want. Right? And my thing is, my first one, that's my second one. My first thing would be anybody who lies, right? Have you watched Pinocchio? Their nose should grow like this. Right? So anybody who says, you know what, I don't like cars, right? Their nose should grow. I don't like big houses. I don't like nice vacations. Right? I don't like to do charity. Right? And my second is what? What is my second? To help enough people so that they don't have to lie. Right? That's my goal. And because of this opportunity, I'm able to do that. Right? I'm able to live a good life, but help other people accomplish the same thing. And that's why we are very particular about who we spend our time with. But those are some of the things that I'm going to go through. Okay? Give me the next slide. You all read this, right? Now you also read this in the summary, right? Okay? Now, here's the thing. So ESBI, this is where we want to get to, right? This is where we want to get to, right? Why is that? Because what is the difference? Basically, it's a wealth building mindset, right? That's the mindset. Remember the core values he talks about? What are the core values? Security, being your own boss, controlling everything, wealth and independence, right? This is financial independence, basically. This is where the core value of financial independence comes in, right? So you want to make money. Now, here are the two ways to do it. One is through industrial age. What is industrial age? That's how businesses have been done all the time in the past, right? You start a company and you have a lot of employees, you duplicate by employees, you have 500 plus employees. Those are the big companies. Do you know that that's how things have been done all the time, right? But now that's the information age. That's where we are. Very little overhead, duplicate by business owners, 500 business owners. Do you know of a company who's in the information age right now? Okay, you've been here for the second time, right? I should not be asking you. Are you here for the second time? Okay. Who's here not here for the second time? Matt, you're not here for that. Do you know of a company that's in that category, information age category?
Social media companies,
Social media companies? Which one?
Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram, you're right. Okay? Now let me ask you this. Come on. If you and I, we were, first time, right? If you and I were to start a taxi company, what would we need? We need a driver, yeah. But the driver is driving something, right? Car, okay. Car, just checking, okay? Just checking. I want to make sure my partner is good in this business. Okay? So we need a car, right? We need a car. Now, here's the thing. So we need a car, we need drivers. Now, if you want to make a big company, we need a lot of cars, a lot of drivers, right? Okay. Have you heard of Uber? What is in essence, what is Uber? It's a taxi company. It's a transportation business, right? What did they do? How many cars did they buy? How many drivers did they employ? Nothing. What did they do? They provided a platform and they connected people who wanted to own their own business and who had a car and people who wanted to get a ride, and they connected them through a platform called Uber. Right? That's what they did. Have you heard of Airbnb? Right? The biggest hotel company in the world. How many real estate do they own? 0. No hotels. Right? Biggest accommodation company in the world. Right? Rental property company in the world. Now, that's information age for you. Our business also operates in the information age. Okay? Now I'll talk about how we do it, but give me the next slide. Okay. Now, here's how we do it. So, have you ever, let me ask you this. Have you ever seen Tiger Woods on TV? Right? What does he do on TV? The good things, good things. Yeah, don't go to the bad thing automatically, you know. The good things. He plays golf. Apart from golf, what does he do?
Sponsored by the company?
He endorses products, right? Have you ever endorsed a product?
No,
Never endorsed a product?
not on the scale of Tiger Woods. does.
Yeah. Right? Never endorsed a product? Have you ever watched a movie?
Yes.
Right? Have you watched Saw?
No.
No? Who watched Saw? The movie Saw? You watched Saw? Did you like it? Did you talk to somebody about it? Right? What do you think the producer did? Did he give you money? What do you think he did? He made Saw 2. Did you watch Saw 2? Right? Did you watch Saw 3? Saw 4? Saw 5? Saw 6? No? You gave up? You said, I've seen enough. Right? Okay. Now here's the thing. Did he give you any, when you must have liked the movie, that's why you watched Saw 2. Did you talk to your friends about it?
Yeah.
Did you go on Facebook and write about it?
Once, yeah.
Once you did, right? Okay. Did you, like when you were walking into the movie theater, you clicked the picture and put it on Instagram?
I watched
Right?
it on-
About to watch. Right? Whatever the case is. Now here's the thing. He never gave you any money, right? But you endorsed the product. You endorsed the movie. Right? All you got back was what? You saw, and saw again. That's it. Right? Okay? You didn't get, but we do this all the time, right, Fatima? We do this all the time. Have you been to a good restaurant you liked it, Hugo? And you would, like, if I asked you, which is a good Nigerian restaurant in the area? Yeah. Oh, you're from Philly? Okay, which is a good Nigerian restaurant in Philly? XA Cafe? Okay. If I go there, right, and I like the food, would you get paid? No, unless you're working there, right? You're not going to get paid. Guess what you did? You endorsed a business. We do this all the time, right? Now what we're going to do is this. Remember that infrastructure that, give me the previous slide, information age business that we talked about. What we're going to do is teach you how to endorse products for companies, but also get paid for it. You're already doing it. Do you have a Facebook app?
Yeah.
Yeah? Instagram?
Yes.
Now between Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of those things, how many contacts do you have?
2000?
2,000? Anybody more than 2,000? How many? HR, yeah. 5,000? 10,000? Okay. Hugo? No? None? You got LinkedIn? LinkedIn, how many contacts on LinkedIn? Connections on LinkedIn? 220. How about you? No, about LinkedIn, Instagram, like followers on Instagram, friends on Facebook. They call them friends, right? But they're not really friends. You know that, right? Right? You got 2,000. How many friends on Facebook? How many friends? Yeah, how many friends on Facebook?
800?
800? Now, if you were to go back home today and your car breaks down and you posted on Facebook saying my car broke down, how many people will come help you from those friends?
Maybe 2.
What do you think they will do? They will like it, yeah. Right? They will like it for sure. Right? But they ain't coming to help you. You get what I'm saying? You call them friends because somebody told you call them friends. Right? And somebody's making money. Do you know that? Somebody's making money? Do you know who's making money? Mark Zuckerberg. My friend Mark Zuckerberg is making money. You know how much money he makes? For every account that you create on his social media app, right? Approximately, based on his income, based on his net worth, right? It's about $6,000. $6,000. So if 200 of those friends came through you, $1.2 million. That's a lot of money. Right? That's a lot of money. Now here's the thing. We are giving it to him. We are not making the money. How do we make the money? That's what we're going to talk about. We are going to provide you the platform to do exactly what you're doing today, but generate income for yourself. Okay? Now, because was taxis always there? Yeah. Were people taking taxes all the time? What did Uber do? They didn't come up with a new thing. All they did was took something that was existing but just connected the two parties over a platform, right? We're going to do the same thing. We're going to provide you with a platform to do exactly what you're doing, but create an income source for yourself. Okay? Give me the next slide now. Okay, let's talk about this. Now, this is about not making a living. Okay? You know what we do on this side? We trade our time for money. I talked about it, right? We trade our time for money. Now, 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, 2,000 hours, 50 years is 100,000 hours. That is if you don't get fired. Right? That we put into our job. What do we get back? I mean, you should be thankful if you have a job. I'm not saying that you should quit your job tomorrow, right? Okay? But this is what we get. We work hard, but we just make a living. That's all we do. Right? Most of us just make a living. Right? We settle for less. Right? Because we think there is no way out. Right? Today is the night when we give you a way out. What you do with it, it's up to you. Right? Now, a lot of people, you know what they do? They work hard. And if I gave you an apple, right? If I gave you an apple and I said, you know what, you don't have to pay money, you split that apple into pieces and you can take a piece of that apple, every day you will get a new apple, right? When that apple gets over, you'll get a new apple. What happens is you trade pieces of apple and you're getting things. But what happens when you get done with that apple? You have to get a new apple, right? And if you cannot get a new apple, what happens? You cannot trade, right? And that's your paycheck. You know what most people do though? They'll say, yeah, that's true, but let me go get a master's degree. Right? Let me go get a... Now my daughter, right? My daughter, when she was growing up, when she was a child, like 2 to 3 years old, she used to love vegetables and fruits. And her favorite fruit was apple. Any fruit you gave her, she would say, like you gave a grape, a small grapes, she will say, small apple. You give her watermelon, she'll say, big apple. Right? And I believe going and getting a master's degree or a PhD, right, or getting more experience and getting a bigger check is what? What is it? It's a big apple. Because apple is finally going to get over. You get what I'm saying? Finally it's going to get over. And that's what. Today we want you to. Now, how many seeds in an apple? 12. So exactly 12. No man. It could range from 6 to, depending on what apple you're eating. And 12 seeds, it's not a good apple, let me tell you. There's more seeds than the apple, right? Now, here's the thing. How many apples in a seed? He said 12 seeds in an apple, right? It could be 8 to 12, 6 to 12, 4 to 12, whatever, depending, right? How many apples in a seed though? Can you tell me? HR? Many, right? Many. We don't know, right? We don't know how many. Today, I want you to look at the seed and look at a forest. Right? To envision a forest. Because we will start with something small, but you can live the life that you want to live forever. Right? A lot of people just look at the apple and they're just happy with the apple. They ignore the seed. Right? Today we're going to talk to you about how to take the same time that you're investing, right, to multiply it, instead of just trading it for money. Okay? But how do you do that? You do it by creating an asset. How do you create an asset? Here's the thing. So this is you. Have you heard of Ray Kroc? Have you heard of Ray Kroc? Never heard of Ray Kroc? Have you been to McDonald's? Okay, guess who? Ray Kroc was the person who actually came up with the franchising model for McDonald's, right? He was not the one who founded McDonald's. McDonald's was founded by McDonald brothers, but then he bought over the concept from them. They only had 1 or 2, but he took the idea, then he expanded it, right? Now, he started this at the age of 52. Once he started making money, you know what he did? He went and spoke to his sister Nancy. He said, Nancy, I'll teach you what to do, right? I'll teach you what to do, man. But once you learn what to do, you keep 94% of the profit, just give me 6%. Do you think it was a good deal for Nancy? Definitely, right? Now, once he taught Nancy what to do you think he will to teach her again? No, because how many times can you teach someone how to flip a burger and say, may I help you, sir? Not too many times, right? So what do you think happened to his time? He got his time back. He went and spoke to somebody else, and he went and spoke to somebody else, and he went and spoke to somebody else. Today, do you know how many McDonald's are there? Last time I checked, was 30,000. Suppose the 6% coming from each outlet is just about $100 a day. A day. Do you think McDonald's is making at least $100 a day? Jonathan, how much is that? For Acra, how much is that in a day? $3 million a day, right? Isn't that $3 million a day? Right? Now, let me ask you this. Would you like to be in Ray Kroc's shoes? Maybe not. He's dead. Right? Right? But yeah, you would like to make the kind of income. Because what does he do today? Does he flip a burger? No. What do you think he's doing today? Not much. He cannot do. He's 6 feet under the ground, right? Okay? But his family is set for life. You get what I mean? Generations. He's created a legacy for himself and his families. For generations to come. And that's the idea. What this is called is franchising, obviously. But what the bigger concept here is leveraging time. Leveraging time. What does that mean? How many hours do you think a McDonald's is open on an average in a day, approximately? Matt?
16 hours.
16 hours? Is it fair to say they open at least for 10 hours a day? That's 30,000 times 10 is about 300,000 hours in a day. How many did you and I have?
Hours a day, 24.
24, right? Who's from another country? Hugo, Nigeria. How many hours, total hours in a day in Nigeria? 24. I'm just checking because I've never been to Nigeria, right? 24, right? Just checking. Now, can we ever have more than 24 hours in a day, no matter which part of the world we go to? Never, right? Can we ever beat him? No. But would you like to do what he's doing though? Multiply your time? That's what we're going to talk about today. Okay? And that's how you build an asset. Okay? You let your time work for you, but you multiply your time. Okay, give me the next slide. Okay, this is how we do it. Basically, this has been covered for you at the second meeting that you had with the person that invited you. They must have gone through this briefly with you, right? You are here, you go to your job, you get some money, you trade your time, you get some money, and then you take that money and go buy products. What happens is that you are basically building two assets, which is not your asset. You're building your employer's asset because you're giving them time, right, which is your most valuable commodity, right? And you're building the asset for the store that you're buying from, right? Now, here's the thing. Give me the next slide. Okay? This is what we're going to do. You're going to actually become part of a business network. We'll use your connections. We'll teach you how to leverage that and create value for yourself, right? And for other businesses. And because of the transactions that have been conducted in all of those industries, you'll be compensated and you will be paid. Okay, give me the next slide. Okay, now, obviously, we work with a lot of companies. We work with Target, we work with Barnes & Nobles, we work with Starbucks. Now, if I go to these companies, Hugo, right? If I go to any of these companies, like let's say Macy's. If I go to Macy's, we work with Macy's. If I go to Macy's and tell them that I have 10,000 connections, right? And I know 300 people who might be also having 300 connections each on an average, right? We have a lot of connections. Do you think they will work with me if I tell them I want to promote? They should, right? But you know why they won't though, Matt? Why would they not? Exactly. Why would they not trust me? They don't know me because I don't have any credibility. Why do they work with Michael Jordan? Because he has credibility. You know how much Michael Jordan made last year? $93 million. Did he play ball last year? No. Right? It's all endorsements. You understand? He just says, just do it, and we do it. That's why he gets paid. Right? Now, we don't know these companies. They don't know us. They will not work with us. Even though we can establish connections, we can promote products, which we have been doing all the time anyway. Right? They don't know us. But let's say if I happen to know Michael Jordan through some connections, and if Michael Jordan puts in a word, do you think they'll listen to me? At least give me time. Right? Now, that's what we have done with Amway Corporation. Have you heard the name Amway before? Have you heard the name Amway before? In what context have you heard the name Amway before? Buying some stuff from somebody? right? Now, Amway has been around. Have you heard, Kamal? Have you heard them? How have you heard Amway? Your friends. Amway has been around for a long time. And Amway did what we call as network marketing, right? Now, what is network marketing? You build a network and you market products, right? What is Facebook? Network of people. What is he doing with the network? What is he doing with the network? Connecting people. But what is his eventual goal though? His goal is not just to connect people, right? He's not just going happy to sleep saying, I've connected 10 million people today. No, right? What is the eventual goal? To make money, obviously. Why are we all surprised, right? When we found out that data has been breached and the data has been traded, why are we all surprised, right? Remember, that was a big thing going on, right? They called him and they took him to DC and they made him sit and they interviewed him and all those things. Why? Because they thought, oh, he's giving data away to companies, man, he's making money. What do you think he's going to do? Right? Now, how many of you use WhatsApp? Do you use WhatsApp? Now, do you know WhatsApp got sold a few years ago? Do you know who bought it? Facebook bought it. Do you know how much? What does WhatsApp, by the way, what does WhatsApp sell? What product or service does WhatsApp sell? Connectivity. Do they sell it or do they give it to you for free? Free. Now let me ask you this. Mark Zuckerberg bought the company. You know how much he paid for it? $19 billion. Now let me ask you this. If you are Mark Zuckerberg, you're a multi-billionaire, why would you buy a company that does not sell a product or service for $19 billion? But yeah.
With information,
You're saying that he wants to take out competition, that's why he paid $19 billion?
for the information from government,
For the information. What is he doing with the information?
selling.
Now, selling it. Now, here's the thing. If you actually had WhatsApp when Facebook bought it, you actually got something on your phone that said, do you want to share data with Facebook? And most of the time, we were so busy reading that joke, right? Before we were finished done reading, we clicked it. Right? And guess what happened? You took all that community building that we had done over Facebook or on WhatsApp, and that got traded into Facebook. Like when you open up, anybody opened up a new Facebook account recently? Yeah, no, not too many people, right? If you open up a Facebook account today, what's the first message you get from Facebook? Do you remember? Welcome to our community. Let us help you share this information and invite more friends. Right? Why is that? Because they want to grow their community, because they want to use it for business purposes. Now, in the past, when Amway has been around for a long time, okay? Amway has been around from 1959, right? That's about 60 plus years that they've been around. Now let me ask you this, 20 years ago, if you wanted to talk to somebody, how did you do it? In person or through the phone, right? In person or through the phone. Now, if you got into a business which had products and they said, you know what, market these products through your network, how would you do it? 20 years ago. Word of mouth, you would go door to door and do it, right? And that's exactly how Amway worked in the past. But today, it's a different generation, right? It's a different world. Everything gets sold online. Everything gets built online. A network gets built online, right? And that's exactly what we are doing today, okay? And we will show you how to take what you've been doing all this time. So don't go by the Amway you knew about 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, okay? What we do is completely different than what has been done in the past, okay? But we are leveraging the same business model though, on how to make money. But it's not the same Amway that you or your uncle or your grandparent knew from way back when, okay? Now, so all those things are there on the slide that you can see about Amway itself. Amway is a big company, it's privately owned, okay? They have 800 plus patents, 100 plus countries that they operate in, $8.6 billion worth in 2007, okay? On all of their products that they sell, that exclusive product that they sell, you get 180 days money back guarantee. Okay, give me the next slide. Okay, now here's the thing, all that is good. But if you, right, Jonathan, let's say you got me into the business. Let's say you met with me, you sat down with me, I qualified for your time, and I was able to become part of your network. Right, man? And you told me, you know what, Amway is a great company. They work with Macy's, they work with Target, they work with all these other companies. You can go endorse their products. You're already building a network on Facebook, right? Go make money. Do you think I would have been able to do it? You think so? I'm glad for, thank you for that vote of confidence, right? Okay, but you know what, I could not. You know why? Because I'd done my business a long time back, I had not succeeded. All of my experience was in IT, and what do IT people do? Come on, software, right? We sit behind a screen, right? And we tell the boss, tell me what to do, don't touch me, I will do it for you, right? Do we know how to talk to people? Most of us? No, right? So I had to learn, right? I had to learn. And I could not have learned all of those things, right? Communication skills, right? Interpersonal skills, right? Networking skills. All of those skills I would not have learned if it was not for a company like this. Okay? So we work with two companies. One is Amway, one is BWW. Okay? Give me the next slide. Okay? This is the business platform that we use for education purposes. Okay? For our education purposes. There are a lot of apps that you will see here. Okay? Now, give me the next slide. Okay. These are some incentive trips that you get to go on. My mentor just came back from Thailand. Every year they've been going to Hawaii for the last 17 years. His daughter, who's 17 years old, guess how many times she has been to Hawaii? Come on. 18 years. Right? Because she went when the mom was pregnant. Okay? Now, next one. Okay? So this would be the 18th time. Okay? She's 17. Now, here are all the major retailers that we work with. These are the exclusive brands. This is where we have actually circumvented the middlemen. Okay? So there is a higher margin here. These are the products that we focus on, right? And these are excellent quality products. If you talk about the world's #1 selling vitamins and dietary supplements brand, okay? That if you buy something, right? Now, who likes organic stuff? Anybody, you like organic? Do you take vitamins? You take organic vitamins? You do, ma'am? You do? You try. How about you? Where do you get your organic vitamins from? Oh, from Amway, okay. But anybody who buys organic vitamins other than that? No? Anybody? Like GNC sells organic vitamins, right? Do they or no? You think so? Okay. You think so or you do know? Now, you know what? Even if you buy from GNC, how can you guarantee that it's organic? Can you guarantee it's organic? No. Because the ingredients, did you hear about the story about Whole Foods? What happened to Whole Foods? Whole Foods is supposed to be mostly natural and organic food. What was the news that came out a few months ago? Some of the products actually was coming from China. Now, China is great. David, I love you. China is an awesome country, right? But what do you know about China's products? I mean, except for David is not made in China, but most things that are made in China, what do you know? They're cheaper. Now, if they're cheaper, what does that tell you about quality? Obviously not quality. How can they be good quality and cheaper? Right? How can they be great quality and cheaper? Right? Now, in this case, everything from the plant, from the seed that they put into the ground to the pill that they make, every process is owned by this company. And if you pick up a pill, like a tablet, and call them up, they can tell you when the plant was harvested for the pill to be made. That's the quality control that they have in place, okay? Give me the next slide. Okay, so let's talk about the bonus system, okay? So what happens is, if you do qualify to become part of the team, you will get established in business, you'll launch your business, okay? There's an investment about approximately $500, okay? A little less than $500 to launch you in business for yourself. That's a one-time investment. You will get started in business, okay? And you will receive mentorship and coaching. Now what happens is, this is your website, you have access to all these products at a discount. Okay, the discount varies from product to product. Obviously the left side products, right, the exclusive products have a higher margin, and the other products have, like, let's say 5 to 15% discount, okay? Now, the first thing you would do is this. Now, who likes coffee? Who likes coffee? You like coffee? You like coffee. Which coffee? Which is your best, favorite coffee company?
College and
Dunkin' Donuts? Okay. Who else likes coffee? You like coffee? Which one? Dunkin' Donuts? Starbucks? Okay. Which is better? No, I don't want to create a fight. Okay. Now, you know what we call Starbucks? $4. Do you know that Starbucks started selling liquor? You know? You knew that. He's drinking things, the coffee thinking is liquor. Okay? Here's the thing, they're not selling liquor. They're not selling liquor. Okay? But we are thinking they're selling liquor. You know why? Because why would anyone why would anyone who's not drunk pay $5 for a cup of coffee? Which is worth only $1 or something, right, at Dunkin' Donuts. Now, let's say you like Dunkin' Donuts. You started a coffee company, right? Across the street, there's another coffee company. Right? There's a Dunkin' Donuts. If you wanted to drink coffee, where would you go?
Whichever is cheaper.
Now, let me explain this bit. Okay, asset management might be the easier topic here. Okay, now this is your coffee shop. Okay, Max Coffee Shop. Across the street is Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
You want to drink coffee, where would you go?
My own coffee shop.
Max Coffee Shop, right? Okay. Now asset management is good. Okay. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's exactly what we are looking for you to do. Remember, you are in business for yourself. You have access to all these products. It's your website that's connected to all these stores. So before, who's your best customer? Yourself. Right? This is how I put it. From the gel on my head to the shoes on my feet comes from a company I work with. Because why should I take my money and give it to somebody else? Right? Now, let me ask you this. On everything that you buy, right? Tea, coffee, conditioner, shampoo, detergents, colognes, perfumes, clothes, shoes, for the kids, shaving cream, for everything. How much do you spend on a monthly basis, on an average? Over 500? Okay. So what we want you to do is you become your best customer, you start buying stuff from yourself. Okay? And then what happens is once you are a good customer and you like the experience, you can promote the products. Okay? Now, what we are looking for you to do is when you start buying, right? Let's say about $300 worth of buying that you do for yourself through your own website. Okay? Now, here's what happens. When you do that, you get 29% discount on an average. That's $87 money saved. Money saved. Now, money saved is not what we are focusing on. We are talking about making money, right? Because money saved will not give you the life that you're looking to live, right? If that was the case, every Costco that you went to would have Lambos parked outside, okay? And that isn't the case, right? Okay? So let's talk about how we make money. For every $3 of business that is generated on your website, you get 1 point, okay? That is whether you buy for yourself or you sell or whatever you do. When it gets this kind of business is generated, you generate about 1 point. When it accumulates to about 100 points, you get the 3%, you get to the 3% incentive bracket, you get 3% of $300, which is like we have shown that's about $9. That's an actual check that will come to you. That's not savings. Okay? Not too much money, you got about $96. Now for T-Man, $96, is that good money? Yeah. Because you're not getting anything today, right? Compared to that, this is good money. Give me the next slide. What we're going to do after that is we're going to teach you how to build a network. Okay? Teaching you how to build a network doesn't mean that anybody and everybody you know would become a part of the network. They have to qualify to become part of the network. Why do they have to qualify? Because we want to make sure that we use our time appropriately with the right individuals. And we are not trying to get somebody to do something that they don't want to do. Because who does that? People in jobs. Right? And they have an employee mindset, and as long as you have an employee mindset, you will never become a business owner and an entrepreneur, right? Okay? So that's what our process is, to identify, to look at who are these people who have the right mindset, who would be willing to get coached and mentored, okay? Now, once they qualify, and you get about 6 individuals to become part of your network, what happens is, let's say all of them do the same thing, 100 points, right? 100 points each. If you add that up, that's about 700 points. 6 of them, and you is 700 points. $3 for each of those points is $2,100 worth of business, right? You're at the 9% bracket, you get 9% of $2,100, that's $189, plus whatever you've saved, right? And whatever is given back to these people because they are at 3%, right? 9 times 6 is $9, which is times 6 is 54. You're left with $135, plus the money saved is about $220. Not too much money, but do you see it growing, Hugo? You see it growing, right? See it growing. Now, give me the next slide. As you keep growing your network, right? Through the right process with the right individuals, your income keeps increasing. You get to the 18% bracket, your income is about $1,200. Give me the next slide. Okay? And this continues on. There's no minimums, there's no maximums. There's no limit on how many people you can bring on like this, or how many people can you bring on down below you, okay, in your network. Now, as it keeps growing, you reach to the top 25% level, your income is about $3,200 a month, okay? Now, this is just an example. It can vary, right, for the good or bad, depending on how you go about doing it, right, okay? At that point, you are called a platinum IBO. Give me the next slide. Average income based on last year's numbers, right? Q12 platinum, that means they're qualifying every month as a platinum IBO. Average income was $56,000. Fatima, is that good money? Now let me tell you this. If you were to take a vacation, where did you want to go? Mexico. Now, a lot of people, when we show them this, you know what they say? Oh, I'm an IT consultant. I make way more than $56,000. Now remember, my wife and I, we both made individually, bless you, we both made individually a 6-figure income when we walked into this room. Right, Matt? Do you think that's decent income? But I still understood one thing. When I saw what happened to the other gentleman, right, who was 63 years old, is that somebody else controls that income. And they can take it away from me when they want to. And when they don't want to give it to me, what happens to my income? It's gone till I find another job, right? And how long will I keep finding another one? That 63-year-old gentleman, nice person, was good at what he did, but he never found a job because he was too old and it was recession time, right? Now, what you have to understand about this is this. Give me a name of a friend, any friend. John. That's a made-up name, right? No? Okay, let's say John, Fatima, let's say if you were to take a vacation, you went to Hawaii, let's say, for 2 weeks, right? Or let's say 5 weeks. While you're gone, how many weeks would you get paid for at work? 2 weeks maximum? 3 weeks maybe, right? But if John is making money, right? Let's say John is a platinum, and for every platinum that you help reach that level of platinum, you get a 6% bonus, which in today's numbers is about $1,400, $1,390, see that there, per month. While you are gone to Hawaii, do you think John will brush his teeth? You're doubtful? He should, right? He should. Now, do you think if he's already making money, do you think he will stop building his business? No. What happens to your 6%? You will still get it. You know what I liked about what I saw when I walked into this room? It was not the amount of money, it was the kind of income that they talked about. Because that is what a lot of people lose out on. It is not the amount of money, it is the kind of income. Right? Because when you don't have to work for the money that you make, the time that you have is yours to do something that you want to do it with. Right? I was buying back my time. I was not like you want to buy back your time, right? I was buying back my time, not trying to make another way to make money. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to buy back my time so that I can do what I want to do with my time, right? Now, Founders Emerald is when you help 3 or more people reach that level. My wife and I have helped about 4 people reach that level, okay? So we are a little over that amount of money, okay? For the last 8 years, I've had the opportunity to stay home, right? I still work, but I stay home. Now, here's the thing. Last few months ago, Fatima, here's what happened. They told me I have to come in every day. I was working from home for the last 8 years. A few months ago, they said, you have to come in every day because our policies change. They can change their policies anytime they want, right, Matt? Okay? Guess what I told them, Fatima? No. I said, you can take your job, you can keep it, I don't want it. Right? And I had the choice to do that because I built something on the side. Right? So that I could express myself. A lot of people would not have been able to because they had to pay their bills. Right? Now, this is the freedom to choose. Now, the next level is when you help 6 people reach that level, that's a $500,000 income. Now, my mentors, people who got me, who are helping me, who are mentoring me in the business, who are coaching me in the business, they have helped not 6 people, Jonathan, they have helped 9 people reach that level. Do you know how much money that is? How much? A lot. I don't know how much they make, but if 6 is $500,000, how much is 9? More than $500,000. Come on, this is a simple answer, right? It's more than $500,000, and that's what it is, right? And that's what they have been able to create. Now, if they have been able to create that, and if they're working with me, do you think I can create the same thing? If I'm willing to learn, right? Give me the next slide. Okay. A lot of people, when they look at something like this, they think, they look at this structure, and what's the first thing that comes to mind? Was that? Pyramid, yeah. They think it's a pyramid. Now, why? Because somebody's above that. Now, let me ask you this, Matt. You work in asset management, right? Is somebody above you?
Yes.
Right? You don't go into work and say, is this a pyramid? You don't ask them that, right? Why don't you ask them that? Tell me. Why don't you ask them that?
Because we just don't think of that.
You don't think about it because everyone does it, right? But as soon as you're shown something different, now you start thinking on your own. And when you get the freedom to start thinking on your own, you start asking questions, which is fine. Which is fine. That is what we want you to do, is start thinking on your own, right? Okay? Now, here's what happens here. The person who got me into the business, right, his name is Sugit Ajmani. Now, let's say this is you, and you had 3. You got on 3 people who qualified to become part of the team, and then you said, you know what, let me take a back seat. Let me relax, okay? So all of these people at Platinum IBOs, you're getting 6%, which is about $1,400 from each of these people. Now this guy here, right, your friend, he does not want to stop. He's a hardworking dude, he has big ambitions, big goals, and he keeps going at it. Now if he's got 7, 8 people who have reached that platinum level, how many 6% checks is he making? 7, right? Which is bigger, 7 or 3? 7 is bigger. You get what I'm saying? The person who got me into the business, who's my mentor, his name is Sugit and Kajal Ajmani. Him and his wife, right? They were introduced by somebody else, right? Now this person helped 3 people reach that level. Now my mentor actually had 9 people reach that level. And he definitely has earned financial independence, right? Because of that. And that's why it's not a pyramid. You have to understand one thing. It's all about what you do with it. Okay? Give me the next slide. I think that's the last slide. We are done. You have some information that you can go get from all of these places. Remember facts versus opinion that I talked about? Right? Don't forget that. Right? And this is the right place to go get your information if you want to. But make sure you get back together with the person who's invited you. What we want you to do is this. Right? Come back again and take another look at it. Okay? Because if you must have seen it, you must have been confused, but unless you take a second look, you might not be sure, okay? So you're coming here for the second time, right, Jonathan? Okay, with that, I'm done. I work this business with my wife, who's also my partner in business. Please help me introduce you.
Hi everyone, like as you said, my name is Sushma, and when we walked into a room like this, we were both working in IT. There was no way, working in IT, we could have envisioned a life that we have in store for us. We're very excited about what we've been able to achieve through this, but we're more excited about where we're going with this opportunity, right? We intend to be the first millionaires in our family in the next 2 years. And we know that's a done deal because of our mentors, they're already there. So a lot of numbers were shared with you today, but I want you to pay more attention to us, to the people, to the who and the why, more than the what. right? So there'll be some people who will go across here, they will tell you their professions. Pay attention to the fact that there's different professions, different age groups, different ethnicities, one common thing being our education system. And then you're in store for a treat because our mentors are in the room today. You want to know what they know. We are very excited about the fact that we earned their trust and that they decided to mentor us, because our life has changed for the better. It has never, there's no way we could have envisioned this. You see this? World headquarters of Kumar International. We can stay where we are and build a virtually global business because of the mentorship that has been provided to us. I wish you good luck.
Now here's back to the host, David. Not made in China.
All right, that was a fantastic presentation. Please give them another hand. All right, so how many want to see some success in the room? So actually, Sergi, he mentioned a level in our business called Platinum. These are people who went to the 7,500 level and held it for 6 months. So please help me welcome all the Platinums.
Good evening, everybody. This is Laya Steve, and I work as a director in a pharmaceutical company.
Good evening, my name is Steve. I have a background in pharmacy.
Bhuvana Karthik, I have a background in engineering and I work in IT.
Subramanian Karthik, I work in IT risk compliance.
Hello friends, my name is Ketan. I work in IT and finance.
Hi everyone, my name is Vaishali. I used to work in advertising field.
Good evening everyone, I'm Meghna Kaushik. I work in the field of human resources.
Hi, my name is Mahesh and I work for a pharmaceutical company.
Hello everyone, my name is Sakit Problem. I work as a director in a software engineering company.
Hi everyone, my name is Meenal. Background is in IT.
Hi everyone, I'm Dia. I work as an engineer.
Hi, my name is Krishna Kumar. I work as a VP with the Innocent Bank.
Hi, it's Manisha here. I'm a homemaker.
Hello folks, this is Om. I work in IT and finance.
Hi folks, this is Priya Naren, used to be IT programmer.
Good evening everyone, my name is Naren, my background IT finance.
Hi everyone, my name is Vaichandana. I have a background in microbiology.
Good evening everyone, my name is Pavan Gari. I work for pharmaceutical firm in technology.
Good evening everyone, my name is Archana Pandey. I have a background in fashion technology.
Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Pandey. I work as an IT project manager.
Good evening folks, Meena Devala, I'm practicing OBGYN physician.
Hello friends, Sunil Devala, Vice President of IT Finance.
Hi everyone, my name is Rashmi Rupani. My background is in IT.
Good evening friends, Dheeraj Rupani. I work as a director in the pharmaceutical industry.
Hi everyone, my name is Sunita. I'm a homemaker.
Hello, good evening. My name is Sriman and I work in IT industry.
Hello everyone, my name is Jaya. I work in the accounting.
Good evening, my name is Kalyan Ganapati. I work in the field of laboratory industry.
Hey folks, this is Prati. I work as a senior risk analyst.
Hi everyone, my name is Supriya. I'm a homemaker.
Hi, good evening folks. Suresh working in IT as an architect.
Hi everyone, Dhara Rupani, background in accounting.
Hi everyone, myself Niri. I'm an MBA graduate.
Hello team, my name is Nitin. I work in IT.
Good evening, Rumana Khalid. I'm a homemaker.
Good evening, my name is Khalid. I'm a VP in Financial Services.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashwin. I work as a vice president for an investment bank.
Good evening everyone, my name is Kali. I work in the IT industry.
All right, so please give the Platinums for another hand. We actually have some more success in the room. Next up these are the Sapphires and Emeralds. They help 2 to 5 businesses go platinum, and they pretty much replace the professional income. So please help me welcome all these Sapphires and Emeralds.
Thank you, David. Hello, good evening, folks. My name is AJ. I graduated from Rutgers University with a master's degree. I'm a software engineer.
Hi everyone, my name is Shobhi. I have a background in engineering.
Everyone, my name is Santosh. I work for a law firm.
Good evening folks, this is